The Brits are investing into esports. That was a really bad accent. I'm sorry, all you British people out there. Probably offended a lot of you out there. Well, whatever. Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming for the second week of December 2021. I'm your host, 𝗠𝗿𝗶, and let's dive right into it. For our first top 3 story, Ubisoft added NFTs to Ghost Recon. They will run as the beta test of Ubisoft Quartz, which is a new platform for acquiring NFTs. The publisher referred to as digits that are the NFTs, and they're associated with cosmetic in-game items like weapons and vehicles. An Ubisoft representative said its NFTs will always be cosmetic items that have no impact on the gameplay, but they will unlock blueprints for relevant items if the player hasn't unlocked them already. And then each NFT will also have its own serial number in-game, which is basically showing how unique it is. It can be sold to others outside of Ubisoft's platform, with Ubisoft saying that they won't take any fee, or they may take a fee based on if it's a primary market transaction or not. Initially, this video has gotten terrible response from the gaming community. I just want to say it plain out. It has a 97% dislike ratio, and Ubisoft made the video unlisted when they were announcing the Ubisoft Quartz and NFTs and things like that. Overall, the gaming community is extremely, very resistant to NFTs in gaming, and I think less so crypto. I think crypto is a little bit more open to it, at least in the gaming space, but I know NFTs, people hate it here. So we've had a fair share of NFTs for a while, and I think it's because a lot of people think that we've had NFTs for a while. Like if you take a look at CSGO, they have a skin system where you can trade and you can have a unique identifier with your knives and skins and things like that, and you can show that you're the one who owns it based on the profile that it's attached to, and you can even use it in game. So it's like this whole concept of NFTs. This has been around for a really long time. If you look at TF2 as well, Valve has been doing this really well with a lot of their titles. So I think people are just mad at the NFT buzzwords being thrown around quite a bit. And though we'll see companies like 𝗶 later in this actual video raising lots for NFTs in gaming specifically, it feels more like a sham, at least from core gamers' perspectives, when the buzzwords NFT, metaverse, blockchain, whatever are thrown in from a huge publisher's perspective. I'm curious to see how game studios plan to fight this uphill battle against gamers' negative perceptions on NFTs. We'll see. The British Esports Association partners with the College of Esports. The association will provide its industry expertise as part of the college's foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate courses, which is really cool. The courses are going to be held inside the velodrome at Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. All of the courses will cover various parts of the industry, including player management and talent management, marketing, and IP rights. This is a pretty unique sort of partnership here because it's academically driven in addition to being some sort of revenue driver, I would assume. The topics they mentioned here are pretty relevant, and I'm curious to see what is different from these versus core business classes that might be taught for non-esports specific stuff, because at least from my perspective, I'm still a student and I learn a lot of things like this, but I can just apply them to esports. I don't necessarily need an esports specific degree, but it might be good to just know the ins and outs of the industry itself. With that being said, I'm sure they'll explore other non-business related academic courses, maybe things like, I don't know, talent production, or how to run a broadcast, things like that within the gaming and esports space eventually. London Esports partners with Here East. Here East's tech campus will become the organization's official training facility partner, and it's situated within the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, like we just mentioned. London Esports will also have access to private space within Here East for its teams of practice and for any activations taking place in 2022. This partnership is evidently more on the team side of sponsorship, so we see the same location used for both academics and pure esports play. While Britain really hasn't been in the upper echelon of esports and gaming recently, it definitely shows they're investing quite a bit into the infrastructure at the very least, so I'm excited to see if our friends across the Atlantic are able to make a dent competitively in various esports titles. As far as partnerships go, Nice Cactus partners with McDonald's to launch a series of FIFA 22 tournaments with a total prize pool of $25,000. The two groups will organize 7 qualifiers for the Esports Cup presented by McDonald's in 6 countries, those being Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and Kuwait. NIP partnered with Team Gola to create a new FIFA team called TG.NIP. This means that both teams will get a spot in the FIFA Global Series Masters program, which begins with the Team of the Season Cup in April 2022. Mad Lions partnered with Streamcoin. The partnership will allow Mad Lions to automate the brand's streaming efforts and provide better access for sponsored content, assets, and other stream elements. Immortals partnered with AI blockchain company Fetch.ai. Both entities will collaborate on an influencer campaign called Team Fetch.ai. ESL and Dreamhack partner with Psyonix. Dreamhack and ESL will collaborate to operate RLCS competitions and produce official broadcasts as well for Psyonix. The two entities will also support the title's return to live events. Trovo partnered with Challenger Mode to create a prize pool fund for PUBG Mobile. A monthly prize pool fund of $2,000 will be distributed to PUBG Mobile teams and tournament organizers through the fund based on applications. Additionally, Challenger Mode will provide external platform support for setting up these competitions, while Trovo will provide broadcasting support. SK Gaming partnered with Reeva, with Reeva becoming their official nutritional partner. The retailer provide the organization's players and staff with food products, also with their logo featured on SK Gaming's jerseys. It seems like this is a cool partnership to showcase some potentially good retail items exclusive to Reeva that would entice gamers. One Esports partners with Krafton as the official media partner in Southeast Asia for the 2021 PUBG Global Championship. One Esports will collaborate to provide coverage of the tournament alongside creating a range of bespoke content. For finance and M&A, BASE raised a $4 million seed round led by Yield Guild Games. The funds will be used to solidify BASE's position in the NFT gaming industry through investments and partnerships. BASE looks to utilize blockchain technologies and content creation and competition as well as esports. Now, the core difference here, in my opinion, is that they're just doing this outright. This is their thing from the start, so they're going to have a brand here, and people who support blockchain in gaming are going to support them from the get-go. Tamaten Games raised a $11 million Series B in a round led by Krafton. Tamaten has raised over $17 million total since its creation in 2013, making it one of the most funded gaming startups within the MENA region. Tamaten intends to use this late investment to expand its presence in Saudi Arabia through hiring talent and expanding offices to bring more games to that market. PlayStation acquired Valkyrie Entertainment, marking their 5th direct acquisition in 2021. Valkyrie has only published one game on its own, a 2015 free-to-play action strategy game called Guns Up. That being said, Valkyrie's main line of business is working with other major developers to help them create their own games. This co-development support service has led them to work alongside Sony, Microsoft, Riot, and other titles on such as God of War, Halo Infinite, League of Legends, and Valorant. As far as workforce changes go, Steve Burkhold joins Xset as the Chief Merchandising and Licensing Officer. Steve will bring his expertise and skills to Xset's fashion division and will serve on Xset's advisory board, contributing to fashion-related initiatives and different verticals as well. Steve has more than a decade of senior management roles at VF Corporation, specifically focusing on Lee Jeans, Nautica Jeans, and Earl Jeans. Garrett Smith joins the board of Esports Fashion Group. Garrett will assist the company in content development as well as creative activations across all of its pillars. And outside of EFG, Garrett currently serves as a community manager for Astro Gaming. Nicole Musico joins the board of Enthusiast Gaming. Nicole aims to leverage her expertise in global technology industries to grow and build Enthusiast Gaming's platform. Nicole is a partner at Redbird Capital Partners and currently serves as a member of the board of Playmaker, a digital sports media company. Tyler Williamson joins Activision as a partner marketing manager. Prior to Activision, Tyler spent nearly 3 years at Havas working on games and esports marketing for a variety of clients. It's cool to see Tyler's dream come true to work on a franchise he's always loved and supported. Margaret McClure joins Netflix as an executive game producer. Margaret worked on the team with Mike Verdu, Leanne Lombi, and Richard Sun to help build out their game titles. Margaret spent around 1 year at Facebook, most recently as the head of first and second party games for Horizon, and spent over 8 years previously at Riot, most notably helping launch Valorant. Kevin Scarpati was promoted to senior PR manager at Blizzard. Kevin has moved from his PR role in the Overwatch League specifically now to working on the overall Overwatch franchise instead. Kevin has spent nearly 6 years at Razer in PR roles previously and has now been at Blizzard for around 4 years. As far as new stuff goes, Tencent launched a new publishing arm called Level Infinite. They will cover Arena of Valor, Warhammer Vermintide 2, Metal Hellsinger, and Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Complexity Gaming returned to Rocket League through a partnership with the 2020 RLCS South American champions True Neutral. The roster will feature Shad, Razebull, and AJG as players, with Ogsum serving as the coach. Microsoft rebranded the Xbox Game Pass for PC to now be called PC Game Pass. I think it's smart for Microsoft to do, as many people thought the Xbox Game Pass was only for Xbox and not for PC players as well. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors, publications, and brands themselves for the images and press releases. If you know someone who'd find this valuable, I'd appreciate if you could share it with them. And as always, have a great day, everybody.